and welcome back to Creepter LPS. Happy fall. I'm wearing my little fall scarf, although I wish it was kind of more of an autumn color, but you know what, we ball. So today I have decided that I am going to do a little bit of a different video. I wanted to start making customizing videos again, but I've been being scheduled a lot at work, and customizing videos take a long time. They take a long time to actually make the custom and then to edit, but I thought that I can incorporate something with customs by showing you a custom collection video, showing all the customs that I've made, the one custom that I own that I didn't make, and I'm just kind of talking about them, talking about the artistic process, and yeah, just sharing my work. I did record a video a few weeks ago of opening the new pet boutique and some new LPS sets, but after everything that's happened currently with Basic Fun kind of being sus and stealing from artists, I don't really feel comfortable editing and uploading that one just yet, just because I want to see justice for Sunflower Pet Shop and Hello Studios, and I really love that we are getting LPS, but it's just unfortunate that companies are going to be companies and they are comfortable with taking smaller artists' work, even if they're from the community that's supporting them, and it's really unfortunate. And I just wanted to say, go support Hello Studios, Sunflower Pet Shop, and honestly, just support all artists in the Littlest Pet Shop community. People are making incredible work that's so beyond anything that I could create, and people are just so talented, and no matter who you are and how good or amateur or whatever your customs are, nobody deserves to feel like their work can just be taken by a corporation. We are truly incredible artists, and we all deserve that love and support from our community. So support small artists, support small LPS creators, and yeah, let's look at some customs. So I wish that I had my first ever LPS customs. I remember back when I was like 11 making Littlest Pet Shop customs, but I don't have them anymore, which is really unfortunate. I really don't know where they went. I would have loved to be able to show like, hey, here's what I made when I was 11 compared to, you know, what I'm making now at 23. But unfortunately, they are lost to the sands of time, and I don't know where they went.
Oh my gosh.
Yo guys, it's me, Charlie. Hey, did that guy just turn into sand?
That said, I do have a relic, an unfortunate, sinister, sad relic of one of my first customs. So before I knew that I could use acrylic paint, at probably 9 or 10 years old, I saw somebody on YouTube customizing their Littlest Pet Shops using nail polish. And I was like, girl, my mom has nail polish. I can do this. And the perfect pets that I thought would be just amazing to put nail polish on were these blind bag pets that didn't have a lot of paint on them. Those were pretty easily accessible at like Toys R Us, and they were in my collection, but I never really like played with them because I was just like, girl is so nondescript. Like, that is just a flat color. That is just a pink dog. So of course I was like, girl, it's time to paint these Littlest Pet Shops. Now I, unfortunately, again, do not have an example of what I actually painted them like, but I do have the unfortunate remnants of one of them. Those who know, oh my god. This pet is so expensive. Like, this pet, or what she used to be, is a very expensive pet and a very sought after pet in the LPS community. And here's the thing. I like LPS not because of how rare they are or like what their, you know, importance on the community is, right? But like, there is a little pain when you see a Littlest Pet Shop that goes for like this amount of money and you just destroyed it as a child. Like, I did at some point customize her again because she was, you know, she looked disgusting, but then I didn't like the paint job that I did on that one. I think I did that like a few years ago, and so I stripped her of all her paint again, fully intending to just repaint the same design, and I just haven't gotten around to it. So you can see her horrifying corpse. If you want to see me make her not horrifying, let me know. I would love to, well, I would love to cover up the evidence, because geez, oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Queen. I think first, before I get into my customs, I'm going to show you the one custom that I own that I didn't make. I do really want to get some other customs from LPS creators in the community. I just haven't had the chance to yet, but this one I do own. I'm very happy to own this lovely little tiger who was customized by LPS Cobalt. And I love the spots. The spots are so intricate and so like, oh my gosh, I don't know how they look so seamless. Like this genuinely looks like this was just factory like printed on. Like it's really incredible. incredible. I love this pet. She sits on my shelf and she is just so lovely. And the eyes, look at those eyes, bro. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. I am so honored to own this and I love her so dearly. And I really hope to get some more customs from LPS Cobalt in the future, and then just other LPS artists, because oh my goodness, man, you guys are all so talented, bro. The first custom we're going over today is of course my mascot. She is a lovely little custom. It's an inauthentic wolf cat body and an inauthentic crouching cat head that I head swap. I really love this head swap. I think it's really cute. I don't think I had seen it anywhere. I think I just was like, oh, I want to see what this head looks like on this body, and then I was like, oh, I actually love this. And her bobble is really nice. I think they fit together, because some heads like you can put on a different LPS body, but the bob, you kind of lose the bobble because their bodies just like don't work. Like, so I really like that this can hit the bobble, because I love the sound of the bobble, dude. I'm obsessed. Okay, I do love an LPS that, if you know what I mean, you know, like absolutely obsessed. So this design is actually partially based on this littlest pet shop. I don't remember her number, but I will put it on screen. And this, when I was a kid, I kind of saw as like me, like she was me, and I love her so much. I love the purple eyes, and she's just so like simple but really gorgeous, and I kind of wanted to incorporate that design into this, but I wanted kind of some darker browns. I wanted to incorporate that purple more than just in the eyes, and I think I did a pretty good job. The browns that I used on this are a little bit more desaturated than her browns. Like her ear brown is a very chocolatey brown, and then her body is more tan, where I think mine is more of like a beige color, but I'm very happy with how it turned out. I think it's a good homage to this OG girl, and I'm excited that I was able to add toe beans because they're so cute. In terms of materials, I just used acrylic paint, and then for her eyes, I got these little like sparkle like gems at Target. I think it's just glitter, actually, not even a gem. It's just like literally glitter, and they have these little star components, and I took that and glued it on to her eyes, and then now I usually seal the eyes with just glossy varnish, but at the time I was sealing them with UV resin. You can see they're super shiny because there's this thin layer of UV resin. I do actually like using UV resin on the eyes of littlest pet shops. It's just kind of tedious because I have to take them outside, and I need to take the little UV light outside and plug it in and kind of haphazardly do it, because do not use resin in your house unless you have a very filtrated space and a mask, because oh my gosh, don't be breathing that in. It is so bad. It is so bad. Don't do that. So next, I'm just gonna start showing you my customs in order of me remembering making them. I think I started making these around, I want to say 2023 is when I started to pick back up on LPS in general. I started getting recommended Hello Studios Extraordinary Magic videos, and I was like, wow, like this is so crazy. Like I watched the Littlest Pet Shop videos as a kid. Let me see what the community is up to now. And then I was like watching absolute cinema. I was shocked. I was gobsmacked. I was like, girl, I gotta get back into this. This is crazy work. Absolutely, truly incredible. I was flabbergasted. So that is when I kind of got back into Littlest Pet Shops and started customizing them again. Dude, an alarm just cut off my video. Okay, we're fine. Anyway, all of that to say that these customs are just from the time frame of like 2023 to 2024, and I'll kind of tell you which ones I created in 2025. So the first custom I'm going to show you is this little cat. He's based on the Collector from the Owl House, which is one of, if not my favorite animated show of all time. I absolutely adore that show, and I really wanted to make the Collector as a custom because I just absolutely love his design, and I had this little McDonald's kitten, and I thought, yes, I know what's happening to you. You are becoming the Collector. Collector beam, go. So that's what this little kitten became. I really like painting on these kind of cheaper plastic McDonald's pets, one, because they're easier to get. So I really do like painting them, and something about like the plastic, I find it's easier to get the paint to go on like smoothly because you can really build up those like watery paint layers. Yeah, I really love how he turned out. Again, this is when I was using UV resin to seal the eyes, so I kind of did the same trick that I did with my mascot. Actually, if I'm being honest, this custom came first. I did steal his look, I'm sorry, Collector. But I used that same glitter that I got from Target to do his eyes and then put that UV resin on. I really love him. I love his little details and his little tail. He's so cute. I'm very proud of this custom. I think he's great. And next up, we have another kind of cosmic looking cat. This one isn't really based on anything, it's just kind of vibes. I wanted a baby blue and white cat and with some gold accents, looking very angelic, very like clouds in the sky vibes. And this is another McDonald's pet cat, one of like the OG LPS McDonald's pets, because it's kind of the same material that an actual LPS is made out of, but it's smaller than an actual Persian cat LPS. So the actual LPS Persian cats, as you can see, this guy's cooked beyond belief. I need to restore this thing. But as you can see, a lot bigger than this little guy right here. And the body is a little different. You can see this paw is up instead of having it planted on the ground like this kitty. The tail is not sticking up. It's kind of attached to the body. But I really like this mold. I would love more little cats. I like how he's just a tinier version of the normal one. I think that's so cute. And this next one is actually probably one of my favorite customs of all time. This is Minkx Mushroom. I named them when I decided to make a ref for them for Art Fight one year. Oh, I absolutely love the way that I painted this littlest pet shop. This is another McDonald's base. It's a McDonald's Husky. So you can see the body is a little bit different than the average Husky, but the average Huskies are a little stocky, whereas this one, I'd say their body is a little bit taller, kind of like one of the wolf dogs, whereas, you know, it's a little stocky little guy. So this pet, I actually got the inspiration for the color scheme from literally a mushroom, hence the mushroom eyes and the mushroom name, from a mushroom from the Better End Minecraft mod. And I really liked how this mushroom looked, and I was like, I really want to make a custom with that color scheme. And so that's why we have Minkx Mushroom. I love the bright colors. I love how crazy this is. Like, oh my gosh, I love them so much. Drawing them is so fun because of the crazy colors, and oh, I just adore them so much. Maybe someday I'll make like a redo custom of them on like an authentic Husky base, or maybe even using one of those wolf dog bases so it like has this Husky head and the wolf dog body to kind of mimic the McDonald's one's body. But I don't know. I love this design so much, and oh, I'm so happy with how they turned out. They are so cute. So the next customs come with some extracurricular lore. For those of you who don't know, which makes sense because I really haven't talked about it on this channel at all, I'm an artist, an illustrator, an animator, a writer, really anything to do with storytelling, drawing, and animating, I absolutely adore. I have a BFA in animation, and I graduated from college back in May of 2024. And at my college, like most animation programs, for your senior year, you have to make a senior film. And my senior film was about these two twins, Artie and Lewis, who are characters that I made when I was 13, and I gave them a whole world and a whole story. And there are so many characters and so much life in that story that I really hope to tell one day. But of course, for a senior project, I needed to do something shorter. I was gonna make a 6-minute thing, and then I was like, girl, that is impossible. You're crazy. And a teacher did tell me, he was like, girl, lock in. Like, are you serious? That is ridiculous. And I was like, I'm so sorry, David. You're so right. Like, I'm so sorry, King. So I went back to the drawing board and I made my senior film, which is a little short kind of proof of concept of these two characters, Artie and Lewis, and their relationship and kind of what they do as siblings. And that is on my personal channel if you want to watch it. No obligation. It is a little rough around the edges because it has been about 2 years since I animated that, but I am very proud of that. So they mean a ton to me. It's been a decade since I created them, which is crazy. Absolutely nuts. They mean the world to me. And so, of course, I wanted to make them into Littlest Pet Shop customs. That was a long ramble for all of that. Thank you for listening. All right, so here are my little twins, Artie and Lewis. I used McDonald's ferret bases again because I'm telling you, man, those McDonald's bases, they're easier to come by. I kind of love them. And I like their heads bobble so much more than the average ones. So if they're just bobbling here, just let them do their thing. This is Artie. She is the more crazy kind of nutso twin, whereas Lewis is the more anxious twin. Like, Lewis will just throw up and die. He's just so scared all the time, whereas Artie is absolutely nuts, like does not care, absolutely rabid beast. This thing is feral, should not be left alone to her own devices. And honestly, even if she's not left alone to her own devices and somebody's watching her, like, she's still gonna get up to mischief. She is crazy behavior. So I used these little ferret bodies. I gave them longer tails. As you'll see in a second, I also made their parents as customs because their parents are integral to the story. You don't really see them in the little animated proof of concept that I made, but they do exist. Artie is a little bit fluffier to indicate that she's a little bit more wild, but also that she takes on some of the traits of her dad, who, as you will see, is a collie base, whereas Lewis is a little bit more calm, a little bit more smooth, and takes on more of the traits of his mother. Anyway, I love them so much. They are so freaking cute, and oh, my babies. Yeah, I really can't express how much I love these characters because a lot of it is just like lore that I know in my mind. They are so delightful to me, and I like to have them as little physical beasts. I even actually have them as these little figures that I made, which are very dusty, but we can ignore that. So next I'm gonna show you the customs I made for Artie and Lewis's parents. This is Miss Natalie. She is a little blue otter. One of her character traits in canon is that she was a swimmer in high school because one of my childhood friends growing up was a swimmer, and so I wanted to just incorporate that because I love my childhood friend. If you're watching, hi Nana, hi, I love you. So I thought that the otter base would work because she was a swimmer. I also loved painting these eyelashes on her because I think what I realized is that because this dark navy blue is so dark that you couldn't really see her eyelashes on this side. So I thought I would do one of my kind of favorite things to see in artwork, which is to see the white part of the eyes come out and become part of the eyelashes, and the new line around that I think is so cute. So that is Miss Natalie, and here is her husband and Artie and Lewis's father. This is Eddie. As you can see, he is a collie, which is where Artie gets her little fluffiness from, and he is just, oh, he's a goofball. He's super goofy. No wonder his child is rabid, but I love him very dearly. I'm really happy with how this custom came out. I think that he, like, his paint job is some of my smoothest. Like, girl, he looks very genuine. I really do love him so much. And so let me see them as a whole family. Look, oh, where did she get the pink from? I don't know. Don't ask questions, she just has it. So the next customs that I'm gonna show you were later into 2024. I kind of got very busy moving back home after graduating college and kind of fell out of customizing LPS and kind of fell out of doing anything because graduating from college and coming back home is hard, but I kind of got back into the groove of things and started to customize LPS again, and these are some of those. So the first one is this Lucky Cat base that I painted to be like this jumbo panda. I couldn't really come up with a design on my own, but I wanted to paint something, and so I just kind of looked up the jumbo LPS, and I didn't have a panda base that I wanted to design, but I really wanted to try painting on this Lucky Cat base, and so I decided to recreate that design on here. I think I took some artistic liberties with the tail, adding that kind of vine flower look that she has on her head. If I'm being honest, I'm not the most proud of this custom. I do like the design, but I think that the purple that I used for her body is just way too like ultraviolet. I don't know if it really shows on camera, but at least in person, it's really striking, and it doesn't really go with this more muted creamy yellow color very well. I think that if I had made the color a bit more muted, it would feel a little bit more seamless. I am proud of the little details, but also just, I don't know, her face kind of freaks me out. Like, I made her, but she scares me. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't hate her, and I really like the idea of taking designs from like other LPS, especially the jumbo LPS, and putting them on smaller LPS. I just think it's fun if you can't come up with a design, just like taking a base that you want to paint on and then putting the design of another Littlest Pet Shop on that one is pretty fun. Do recommend. Even though she is not my favorite and I don't love how she turned out, it was fun making her nonetheless. And so the next one is this wolf cat head swap. I switched it with the body of a King Charles Spaniel, and I absolutely love this head swap. I was trying to look for head swaps that would look a lot like a Maine Coon because I really wanted a big cat to represent this, but still have it be a domesticated cat and not like a big cat. And I think that this works so well. I did sculpt this little tuft here on top of the tail and the tufts on top of his ears, but everything else is just the sculpting on the pet already. The backstory for this pet is actually I went with a friend and saw Transformers 1, and I really was not a Transformers person growing up at all. I really didn't know anything about Transformers at all. And then that movie was so peak, but I turned to my friend afterwards and I was like, dude, this is Warrior Cats. Like, I'm sorry, this is literally Warrior Cats. And I stand by that. I don't know, like, I haven't seen the live action movies and I probably never will, but I've seen like some of the animated stuff and obviously that movie, and I swear on everything, they're just warrior cats, okay? That is just a big robot warrior cat, okay? They've got clans. The suffix prime literally is like being like a star, like being like the leader of a clan. Like, I'm telling you, it's all the same. It's all connected, okay? And I will stand on that. And so I was like, okay, I need to make a design for Optimus Prime as a warrior cat, and this is that. And I really like him as a warrior cat. I think he is truly what he was meant to be. He is transformed and he is now a warrior cat, as he should be. So anyway, that's my tangent out of the way. If you agree, let me know. If you disagree, I'm sorry. You can also let me know. I know it's kind of nuts, but I swear on everything, it's so warrior cats coded, dude. So next I have another custom that I'm not crazy proud of. This is I believe a G5, G6, I'm not really sure, base of a alpaca. I really like this base, and I wanted to kind of do some like green neon vibe, kind of as like a contrast to Minkx Mushroom over here, but I don't like how it turned out. I don't like it at all. And I kind of just kept working on it until I was like, okay, I have to just give it up because this is not for me. She's not terrible. She's just, I don't know. She's just a bit one note. I don't know. I wish I was more proud of her. I don't know. She's not my favorite, and that's okay. Sometimes you just gotta create and then be like, hey, you know what, it's not for me, but at least I finished it, and at least I made it, and that's okay. So we're getting into the final pets here, and this next one comes with a little bit of a backstory. It is a little sad and does feature, unfortunately, animal death, so if you don't want to hear about that, you can skip to this timestamp. So this little custom is a custom of a cat that was living in my backyard. I'm unfortunately allergic to cats. I love them so much, and I would adore a kitty if I had one, but unfortunately I just cannot breathe around them, which really sucks. Later in the spring, kind of early summer, a mama kitty and her 2 kittens moved into my backyard, and I tried to do everything I could to like call shelters, see if anybody could come pick them up, and they were like, no, there's a kitten boom right now, like we're not picking up cats. And I've never had a cat, but I would leave food and water out there for them, especially water, because like it's very hot where I live and it would get really, really hot during the day. But the cats seemed happy, the kittens were growing really well, and they would never let me get close enough to like, you know, pet them or try to like trap them or anything to take them somewhere to get shots and stuff. But I really did try my best to like build trust with them, and I feel like I was definitely getting there with them. But unfortunately, one day I came home and this little kitten that I had named Bunny was unfortunately hit by a car and passed away. And after that, her mom and sister kind of just disappeared, which was really unfortunate because I did feel like I was getting to that point where I could maybe, they trusted me enough that I could possibly, you know, trap them to get the kittens spayed and neutered and have them get their shots and stuff. But somebody was driving recklessly and unfortunately hit this kitten, and it really broke my heart. And I was so upset that, you know, I was seeing this cat every day and I really had grown kind of a connection with her. And so I felt that I wanted to make something to honor her memory. And so I made this little custom of her. I'll put a picture of what she looked like up on screen. I miss this kitten, really. Like, it's just so devastating to me. So I have her in my collection now as a little custom, and I always have her in this little bed that I don't even think was an LPS bed. I don't know what or where this came from, but I always have her sitting in this little bed, and I have a little LPS like thing of food near her, so she will never be hungry, and I'd just like to honor her memory that way. Hi, if you skipped forward, very understandable. This is Miss Bunny, and she is a little custom I made based on a kitty that I knew once. She's so cute. Look at her in her little bed. I love her. So last but not least for my custom collection so far, of course, we have Noelle, who, if you haven't seen my Deltarune Noelle customizing video, please go watch that. I am very proud of it, and if you want to see me make this little pet shop, that's where you can do that. I don't think I need to go over her too much since I made a whole video about it, but here she is. So here are my LPS customs. I really love all of them, and I do want to make more. I feel like I start a lot of LPS customs. Like, I have this one, which is in progress. I have this one, which I kind of painted as the base, and then I have one that I'm still sculpting on, and then these aren't even all the in progress ones. Like, I have ones in my closet that are also in progress. So I'm always creating. It's just a matter of when do I finish them, you know? Ooh, that ADHD is real. So those are all my Littlest Pet Shop customs. I hope to share more of my customizing journey with you guys and get better at customizing LPS. I hope you enjoyed some of these. Do you customize LPS? If you do, let me know. I'd love to see your work. And who was your favorite? Would you like to see me customize any specific base or character or anything? Let me know. And yeah, if you want to see more of my personal artwork, you can go follow my Instagram, which is just @Creepter. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day. Creepter LPS out.